Welcome back to Film Buff Bros, and in this episode, we're going to chat about our favorite dog movies. Yeah, just a side note about animal abuse. I think that it almost like goes without saying that, the dogs are being forced into doing it. But if you think about the domestication of animals in general, it's like, they have a collar, they're on a leash, right? I mean, there's a lot of I'm not saying that that's cruel at all. I'm saying like the animals, domesticated animals, dogs typically, but they're either a toy or a tool, whether they're putting their life on the line in the line of duty as a canine dog, or, they're being used as like a model, or, these, social media people that use their dog in order to, get views and subsequently money. And that being said, Cujo is probably my favorite, but are you choosing Cujo or?
I am.
You're choosing Cujo, so I'm gonna go with Turner and Hooch. It's not really a great movie, but it has its funny moments in it. It's a very typical 90s cop comedy kind of thing, probably similar to K9 with Jim Belushi, which I haven't seen, so it might be better, but I kind of doubt it. But I think the dog actually kind of does. I'm impressed with like the dog's acting in it and how the dog is able to look and behave angry and then nice. Maybe they use two different dogs, and then the dog has a lot of character. It's like been witness to the murder of its owner. So the dog has like kind of a complex, dynamic personality, and it has like an arc to it too. Like it becomes Tom Hanks' dog, and Tom Hanks begins to like the dog. So it is not a great movie by any chance. I might be wrong, but I think that there's probably not that many good dog movies out there. I tried to watch the one with Harrison Ford that came out a few years ago, and then another one called Alpha, and there's just so much like CGI and not very good acting. So yeah, Turner and Hooch is my second favorite next to Cujo.
Yeah, to the animal abuse stuff, like Milo and Otis was a movie that was mentioned to me by a friend, but then there's a whole bunch of backstory with the atrocities and the animal abuses during the filming of that. And then, like a movie like Turner Hooch, Beethoven I looked at, which is actually, I didn't realize it was co-written by John Hughes. So I was like, oh, I should try to watch this. And they did some animatronics with the dog's face to get certain facial expressions in this movie, Beethoven. But not happy-go-lucky dog movies for me. Like Cujo, even though, like I said, I don't really like the movie because it's kind of sad to see this dog suffering and becoming a villain because of its suffering. But then I realized, like, as a villain, like, it's Stephen King actually, one of his things that he's written really well. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of his stuff, but he picked a villain, and the villains usually do suffer. So it kind of makes sense that a good villain is suffering. So suspense, one location, claustrophobia. I think you and I have talked, because you had reviewed this a few shows before for best horror of the 80s, I think. There's like the maternal thing here where she's like mad at herself, she's mad at her kid, she's mad at the dog, and she's totally no control whatsoever. So she's got this huge desperation in that movie to get the kid and her out of that car without being killed. So definitely tension in the film, one of Stephen King's better ones. So I would say Cujo. It's not a happy, warm-hearted dog movie, but it's a great utilization as a dog as a character in my view.
Yeah. All right, that's our episode for this week. Tune in next week for another episode, and click down below to like and subscribe. And please leave a comment and let us know what kind of movies you want us to talk about next.
And please get your pets spayed and neutered, please.
That's right.
All right.